Hello students, welcome to PRS Biology. So today I will talking about your NCERT syllabus for class 12 biology. So your biology syllabus for class 12 has 6 units and it start from the unit 6. Unit 1 to 4 was in your first year syllabus, and in a second year it start from the unit 6. So your syllabus is completely follow the rules and regulations of NCERT. Your biology syllabus has total 17 chapters, and you probably know that your whole biology paper carrying the 70 marks, that is botany will carry the 35 marks and zoology will carry the another 35 marks in syllabus in theory. So you see the unit 6 has the reproduction, the sexual reproduction in botany and also the reproduction in zoology. The unit 7 has the genetics and evolution, and here the chapter number 7 in botany and the chapter number 5 and 6 in zoology. Unit 8 is the biology and human welfare, and again chapter number 9 and 10 in botany and 8 and 9 in zoology. Unit 9 has the biotechnology and its applications, and the unit 10 will carry the ecology. So when you see the ecology part, there is 2 chapters in botany, but 14, 15, 16 and 17 there are total 4 chapters in zoology. You just see now the marks distribution of each unit, that the sexual reproduction, the reproduction unit carries total 11 marks. Discussing here about the biology, and the 6 marks in your botany and 5 marks in your zoology. But be careful, you have to complete your whole syllabus because there are some minute changes always occur during your paper, so you have to complete your whole syllabus. I repeatedly discussing about this. So the next unit is the genetics and evolution. It will carry the maximum marks. You see the total 20 marks is here. So it is a very important unit for you in point of both the botany and zoology. And here you see the evolution chapter in botany, and the main genetics chapter is in zoology. Also the molecular inheritance chapter is here. So it is somehow it is complicated for you, as you just introduce yourself with biology subject in your class 12. You are just entering the complexity of the biology from the class 12. After that you go through the whole complexities of biology, and also the biotechnology and its applications unit 9 has carries the 13 marks. We will study the whole biotechnology in botany. Next, the most important one is the ecology, because it carries almost 15 marks. So we will emphasize on this later on. Now I move to the distribution of the course content of your syllabus. You see the unit 6 is the reproduction, and your first chapter is reproduction in organism. It is in your botany part. So it is your first chapter, reproduction in organism, So here no differentiation of plants and animals. It is just a overview of whole organisms, and the basic idea of reproduction is here. So this chapter is all about the reproduction in organism. In your next chapters, detailed study of animal reproduction and the plant reproduction will you get. It is just a brush up of different ideas of reproduction. As you probably know, basically the reproduction is of two types, that is asexual and sexual reproduction. But it is not only the sufficient things in this chapter, because we have to study all the detailed things, that is the various modes of asexual reproduction, types of asexual reproduction, vegetative reproduction, and then move to the sexual reproduction. We have to study the diagrammatic representation of the sexual reproduction is here. I will discuss with you about this chapter later on, and now move to the most complicated chapter of your botany part, that is the sexual reproduction of flowering plants. So in starting, I wanna tell you that it is a confusing chapter for you. So please, I again and again repeated myself, please follow my instruction later on during study of this chapter. So this chapter is complicated for you because there is lot of things of confusing. If you not study well, it will definitely put you on hell during your examination. So here we later on discussing about the all aspects of sexual reproduction in plants. Here we are talking about the angiosperms or the flowering plants, because the sexual reproduction in case of plants is only takes place inside the flower, because flower is the reproductive organ of the plant body. I will dictate this chapter later on. And also there are several events takes place in the process of sexual reproduction, such as the sporogenesis, gametogenesis, pollination, fertilization, embryogenesis, seeds and fruit development, etc. And sporogenesis again divided into microsporogenesis, megasporogenesis. Then gametogenesis is divided into development of the male gametophyte, female gametophyte. Then the gamete transfer, that is the pollination, it is also divided into self-pollination and cross-pollination, and also the agencies responsible for the cross-pollination, that is malacophily, chiropterophily, ornithophily, anemophily, entomophily. Probably you are just shocking to see this type of terms. I know, because I was also a student like you, but don't worry, I will do something for you. So always try to follow my instruction for good results. Then also the fertilization process is complicated here, because here the fertilization is called the double fertilization. However, then the post-fertilization process, that is structures and events, I already says that is the development of seeds, fruits, etc. And the dicot embryo development, that is also a very important question for you, because it directly carries 5 marks for you. Then there's some irregular mode of reproduction, that is apomixis, polyembryony. Then the human reproduction and reproductive health chapter is in your zoology syllabus. It is also a very important chapter. These are also a very important chapter, and I think these are the very complicated chapters for you. And reproductive health is also important. We will discuss with you about these chapters. Then the botany will carry now the genetics and evolution, number 7. And here is the chapter number 7. So it is the evolution. Till now we get 3 chapters in botany. That is, first one is the reproduction in organisms. That is a brief overview of the organism's reproduction process. Then chapter number 2 is the sexual reproduction in flowering plants or angiosperms. And the next one is the evolution chapter. So what is evolution? Probably you know evolution is a continuous process. Each and every organism present on earth is undergo evolution. So this chapter illustrates the origin of life on earth. That is, how life is originated on earth. Then evolution of life forms. We already know that the earth has many different types of life forms, from algae to fungus, different types of bacteria, viruses, different types of mycoplasma, angiosperms, gymnosperms, amphibians, reptiles, innumerable sources of organisms. So how it occurs? There are several theories. So again, there are very puzzling theories for you. So you have to study this theory carefully. There are different minute differences in each theories. In these theories, Darwin's theory of natural selection, Lamarck theory of inheritance of acquired character, again the mechanism of evolution, that is the Hardy-Weinberg law, these are very important. Also the mutation theory, modern synthetic theory, very important. Another one is that the experiment of Urey and Miller, that is the chemical origin of evolution of life on earth, very important. Then adaptive radiation is also very important. I will discuss this chapter in detail later on. First of all, you just go through your syllabus and try to understand what is biology for class 12. So it is a very crucial year for you. So do not miss anything. Try to cover all these things. Next unit is biology in human welfare. So here chapter number 9 and 10 is in your botany syllabus. Strategies for enhancement of food production, that is chapter number 9. It contains the animal husbandry, plant breeding, single cell protein and tissue culture. I repeatedly says these points written here in your syllabus is only the basic points. The chapter is very large. For your competitive examinations like NEET, AIMS, etc., it is not sufficient. These points are not sufficient. You have to study all in very detail. If you study more than 12 hours from starting, that definitely will your syllabus. So you must try very hard to obtain a very good result. So here the animal husbandry, dairy farm management, pisciculture, apiculture, etc. It is just a animal husbandry word has a very huge, very vast area. So you have to cover all those things. Then next to the plant breeding, So plant breeding is the breeding technique that we will adapt to obtain our desired need from plants. So plant breeding for disease resistant, making of disease resistant crop varieties, insect tolerance crop varieties, pest resistant crop varieties. These all within the plant breeding. Next one is the single cell protein, SCP. Single cell protein means the microorganisms used for edible purpose. Then again the tissue culture. When we are talking about just tissue culture, this is an area of specialization for various biologists. So it is related to biotechnology. So when we just talking about the tissue culture, it is a huge branch of biology. So there are innumerable study. The next chapter is in your botany syllabus is the microorganism in human welfare. Here we are studying about the microbiology. So there are, you know that microorganisms are present in all the medium such as in air, water, milk, in everywhere. Microorganisms are the organisms that we cannot see through our naked eyes. We have to take the microscope for it. But not all the microorganisms are harmful. There are several microorganisms, they are beneficial for us. So we use the microorganisms in our day-to-day work. Microorganisms are also used in industrial purpose. For example, the preparation of ethyl alcohol, wine. So yeast is a fungi. Scientific name is Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So Saccharomyces cerevisiae is used in the production of ethyl alcohol or wine. So you have to study the production of ethyl alcohol. It will also carry marks in your exam because fermentation is very important process for us. Then again, this microorganisms used in sewage treatment. Sewage means wastewater, that is the polluted water. So microorganisms are also used in the purification of the wastewater or polluted water. This will again has different steps. We have to study the primary treatment, primary sewage treatment or physical treatment, secondary or biological treatment, chemical treatment. That is all we have to study here. Again, the microorganisms used in the production of biogas. Probably you hear the term about the gobar gas. You just heard the term, but you do not know about the procedure present inside that biogas plant. How biogas is produced, how microorganisms will produce the biogas. So these are some very important topics of your syllabus. Again, microorganisms used as biocontrol agents. Biocontrol means agents that control pest, pathogen, etc. Integrated pest management branch is available here to discuss with you. Again, the microorganisms is used as biofertilizer. The next unit is the biotechnology. This is also in your botany syllabus. So the biotechnology is the rectification of genes for humankind, for our benefit. Here we will study the principles of biotechnology, tools of biotechnology. There are different names of biotechnology as recombinant DNA technology, genetic engineering technology, how the rectification of the genes will take place. That we will discuss the whole process. It is also a complicated process. So everything I am speaking here that is complicated. So you don't worry, because it is, yes, it is complicated. This is also a point why I am repeatedly talking about these things is complicated, because you are just a student of class 12. So you just have to extend your knowledge. So definitely these things will be very new for you. Therefore it will be definitely some confusion or some tough things for you. But you have to go through like this. Again, the applications of biotechnology. Biotechnology has its innumerable applications. Biotechnology is applications in agriculture. So biotechnology is directly or indirectly associated with agriculture. Then medicine, production of the transgenic animals, transgenic plants. You see here the biotechnology applications in agriculture and medicine, because these two fields is very essential for us. Again, you see the production of transgenic animals. What is transgenesis? So it is a very different thing. It means one organism carries a gene of another organism. That is not natural. Therefore, there are various ethical issues. That is called bioethics, branch of bioethics. So these ethical issues have also to be studied, because there are various also different negative aspects of biotechnology is present. The next chapter of botany is in your unit 10, that is the ecology. The first chapter is the organisms and population. So ecology is the study of structure and function of nature according to Udam. It is a very clear-cut definition, and I am not going to any change with that particular definition of ecology. So ecology is directly related with the nature and environment. Individual organisms and group of organisms will form gradually will form the population. So we have to study about the individual organisms and population and where it lives. It will have to live in his surrounding. They have to live in their particular environment, their particular habitat. So we have to study all those things in this chapter, that is the population interactions. Then you have the last chapter in your botany syllabus, that is the Bioresources of Assam. So this chapter is a special chapter for you. So it is a special and extra chapter for you, because this chapter is only for the biology students of Assam Higher Secondary Education Council. It is not in the NCERT book. So again, this chapter has the important plant and animal resources of Assam. So first of all, here you see the medicinal and timber yielding plants of Assam. How can you study all those vast medicinal and timber yielding plants present in Assam? And also you have to study the scientific names with the families and its uses. For example, I just give an example of some scientific name of medicinal plants of Assam, that is Endographis paniculata kalmegha, Osimum, Sanctum. Then again the timber yielding plants are Soria robusta, Delbargia siso, Melina arborea. The fiber yielding plants of Assam like Cocos nucifera, Gossypium arboreum, etc. So you have to study the all scientific names here, and it will carry sure marks in your examination. It will definitely come in your examination, minimum 3 marks. So you have to study this all. So this will probably very new for you, so these scientific names are not very easy. So definitely you have to go through this all instructions. You have another one is that the sericogenic resources, that is the silk producing insect present in Assam, that is commercially reared. For example, the Muga silkworm, Eri silkworm, how they reared. So what are the different diseases affect the silkworms. So these all are you have to study in your botany syllabus. So this is only your botany syllabus I am discussing here. There are similar things is in your zoology syllabus. So you have to cover both the botany and zoology syllabus in very detail. I am just summarizing your syllabus. So you have to study your syllabus in very detail, and you have to go through all these things. I will again discuss your zoology syllabus in your next classes. You go through this syllabus and just note down your syllabus for future references, and try to understand what is in your syllabus and try to communicate with your teacher regularly, because it is not a very easy thing for you. You have to communicate regularly with your teachers for obtaining a better result. I am repeatedly saying this for you as your advice. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching PRS Biology.